Shalom, everyone, and welcome back. This Shabbos is a very, very auspicious Shabbos. It is the 10th day of the month of Shvat, also called Yud Shvat. The letter Yud means 10. Yud Shvat is important for two reasons. First, it's the Yortzeit, it's the anniversary of the passing of the previous Lubavitcher Rabbi, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, who passed away in 1950 on the 10th day of Shvat. And it is also the anniversary 1 year later of his son-in-law, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, who became the current Lubavitcher Rebbe. And so these two events are very, very important. Hasidim are getting together all over the world this Shabbos for Farbrengens, to gather, to talk, to discuss, to make their lives better. What is a Farbrengen? So we are told that a Hasidic Farbrengen can accomplish even what the angel Michael cannot accomplish. What does that mean? The angel Michael is a very great angel. He's a very holy angel. What do you mean he can't accomplish something? Even a Farbrengen can. A Farbrengen, the word Farbrengen means a gathering. To my knowledge, the only ones who really do Farbrengens and who really made it a big deal is Chabad Hasidim. Others really don't make a Farbrengen. Maybe they get together, but they don't call it really a Farbrengen. The word Farbrengen is really something that's really a Chabad thing. What is a Farbrengen? Farbrengen is we get together, we make l'chaims, and we loosen ourselves up a little bit, and then we speak words of Torah, we speak words that are personal and that affect the heart, and as it says, words that come from the heart go into the heart, and hopefully it makes us a better person. I remember many, many years ago when I was a student in the yeshiva, in Lubavitch Yeshiva, and I attended my first Farbrengen as a student. Let me tell you about it. It was very interesting. It was held in the yeshiva in Morristown, New Jersey, and I was invited. It was a small group of yeshiva students. We were quite young. And I was invited to come to this Farbrengen. It was the first time I had ever been to a Farbrengen of students. Before that, I'd been for Farbrengens with the Rebbe, but not with students. So I was told to meet. It was very, very private and very secretive. They didn't want a lot of people there. They just invited a few people. So we got together. We were told to come together at a certain time at night after the class is concluded. And the building used to be a convent before the yeshiva bought it. It was a very large building. It's still there. And so we met, and off we went. And we were going in, and we're going out. And it was just like the tunnels, in Gaza. We're going here, and we're going there. I had no idea where we were going. I don't know if I was being kidnapped or anything. And we're going here, we're going there. And suddenly we went to the boiler room of the yeshiva. The boiler room was underground. It was like a tunnel. It looked like a tunnel. And the pipes were on top, I remember. And then we came to a place where there was a table. And there was about 10 chairs around. They're type simple, collapsible chairs. And on the table were boxes of Tam-Tams, crackers, some herring, some cake. Very simple. And it was clear that we were not the first ones to be there. There were other people who had been there before us. Apparently, this was a very popular place to make a Farbrengen. So we all sat down. Somebody took out a bottle of liquor, and we made a l'chaim, and off we went. We started talking. We started singing Hasidic melodies, nigunim, and it was very, very soulful, very emotional. And each one of us spoke, and we spoke about personal things that were affecting us, that our feelings towards the Rebbe, towards yeshiva, towards our families, and words of Torah. And I remember there was one young man who was there, and he told us that after high school, his father was a taxi driver, and his father was a religious man, and his father did not want him to go on to yeshiva after high school. He wanted him to go to college and make a living, not to continue in yeshiva. And he really wanted to go to yeshiva. So his father and he had this disagreement. Again, he's talking during the Farbrengen. And then they decided, you know what, we're going to go to New York they lived in Montreal. They're going to go to New York, and they're going to ask the Rebbe what he thinks. And whatever the Rebbe says, they were going to agree to. Of course, the young man really wanted to continue in yeshiva. His father really wanted him to go to college. But his father agreed to have him go to yeshiva, continuing on yeshiva, if the Rebbe so desired. So he told the story about how they all went, the whole family went in to a private audience with the Rebbe. And we're talking about maybe 1972, 73, something like that. And they met with the Rebbe. And the Rebbe said he should continue in yeshiva. And the father agreed to that. He said, well, this is what the Rebbe said. And reluctantly, he said, okay, that's what we'll do. And hoping that everything would work out okay. And indeed, this young man continued in his heart's desire, and he continued in yeshiva. And I remember there was almost crying. He was almost so emotional about it, and how his father was so dedicated to the Rebbe that he agreed, even though he really wanted his son to go to yeshiva, go to college. But he agreed to the Rebbe. It was a very emotional farbrengen, very, really what we call in Yiddish heartsick. It was very heartfelt farbrengen. What happened to this young man is that he ended up continuing yeshiva. He got smicha, he graduated, and became a rabbi, and he became a teacher in the Lubavitcher yeshiva, where he is to this day. And he makes a living, he has a nice home, nice family, children, and they never starved to death, and everything turned out okay. And he went according to his heart's desire. This is what a farbrengen is. When the Rebbe would make a farbrengen, it was, of course, on a much higher level. The Rebbe spoke deeper words of Torah. He would give a mimer, which was a deep Hasidic discourse. And the Hasidim would look forward to this mimer. It was something very deep and something that they had to concentrate on very, very much. It was singing. People would very often come up to the Rebbe during the farbrengen and ask for blessings. Either they're getting married that coming week, or maybe there were some dignitaries there. We had I remember many dignitaries, officials, government officials that used to come up to the Rebbe during the farbrengens very often and wish him all the best, and the Rebbe would talk with them and offer words with them and things like that. So a farbrengen is something that we should all do this Shabbos. We're planning in University City of having a farbrengen after our services during the Kiddush. We look forward to having you come and join us with our farbrengen, and I wish you all a very happy Yud Shvat, and may we continue in happiness and in joy, and continue with the teachings of the Rebbe, and continue doing what the Rebbe wants us to do. Candlelighting the Shabbos is at 4:51. Have a good Shabbos.